Warning: this video contains disturbing topics including mental health and suicide, which may be triggering. If you or someone you know is struggling, please seek support from a mental health professional or contact a crisis helpline near you. Hi, my love. Welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, what's up? If you like me, you can subscribe because I like you. Period. The truth is that the most painful experiences always have the most to teach you if you're receptive. I went through something catastrophic, life changing, mind bending, whatever word you choose to put on it. And it was literally the most painful experience I've ever had. Yeah, for real. But it taught me the most, like the lesson I carried. I'm just grateful the whole thing happened. I was always the kind of child who was a little more sensitive to spirituality and spirit and everything. And since I was a teenager, I knew for sure that my career had to align with my soul's purpose. Your soul's purpose isn't just one thing, it's many things. Your career is part of it, right? I just knew my soul had to lead my career, whatever happens, right? But as usual, everybody else thinks they know what's best for you, and really, they have the best intentions. It's just sometimes what they think is best for you is not what really, truly is best for you. So I found myself in college pursuing a course in political science, something I just never ever saw myself doing. I just knew this is not. Political science in itself is a great career, and I've seen people prosper in that for real. If your soul is aligned to that line of work, oh my God, I see people doing great things, like really great things. It's just my soul is not really aligned to that. I feel like I belong somewhere else. I didn't want to do this course from the beginning, right? Let me just put that straight. Secondly, I just did it so everybody else could shut up. Like, really, I'm just like, this is gonna make mom happy. This is gonna make my grandmother happy. This is gonna make my mother happy. Just do it until, oh, here's a juice. Until my mom passed on during my first year. First year, one like this. And let me tell you, that was the greatest reality shock. You know when it hits you, and then it hits you that it hit you? Because I remember thinking, okay, so the person I'm doing this for is gone. Let me just say this, greatest identity crisis of my life. I was so depressed. Whew, the Lord saved me. I was really, really, really looking for connection to that which I really truly am during this crisis, because it was a crisis, as you'd imagine. So while in the middle of that depression, like I just got a light bulb moment. It was a moment in prayer and just meditation. And somewhere I just got the nudge to start my YouTube channel. I posted my first video. I watched that video like 16 times. I'm not even exaggerating shit. You know how Steve Jobs says that, like all matters of the heart, you will always know when you find your passion. Oh my God, I just knew. I just knew. Like, it's just that knowingness that isn't mental. It really is not mental. It's purely intuitive. It's just in your heart. It's just in your soul. It's just in your deep chest cavity. You just feel it. You just feel this knowing that that's it. That's it. Here's the saddest part though. I still kept going with my political science course. I did. I did. This is regardless of the fact that deep down, I already knew the truth. So I was just playing with fire. Eh? From the moment I decided in my second year to go back to school, no exaggeration, my life just started going down. Like momentum down a hill. That was it. I just was a mess. A mess that I cannot begin to explain here because words cannot describe. I felt like every passing day, the living life inside me was just being sucked dry. Every day was just worse than the last. I had all the excuses possible. I'm doing it because, I'm doing it because, like, you find a million words to excuse what you're doing. But really, you're going against your inner compass. You're going against your instincts. You're going against what you know for sure. Like, do you know what intuition is? Intuition is God's voice literally speaking through you by you. Ivy, you choose to ignore that. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? Life taught me. Bro, I went into the craziest kind of emotional pain. I was just sick. I was drinking, overeating. It was such a hot mess until finally my last resolve was to take away my life. I attempted it a couple of times, more than I care to admit. And I was just so busy blaming everybody else around me at the time, right? I did not take responsibility. And that's why I was stuck for so long. I remember I kept saying, I feel dead within. I feel dead within. I kept using that statement. I feel dead within. And most people around me didn't understand what I mean, but I know exactly what I meant because the spirit, the life force, the energy of my life, the energy of my soul was just being drained out. And some people choose to just live like that, and maybe they're not as sensitive. I admit that I am pretty sensitive. So until the moment when I almost took my life, until moments when I almost took my life, when I almost left this physical plane, I was just ignoring my intuition, my instinct, God's voice. Like, I look back right now and I'm like, Ivy, what the fuck? People refuse to follow their inner voice because of outside pressure. I need validation from my parents. I need validation from my spouse. I need to make money. I need to pay the bills. I need to do that. And we make up all these excuses. Sweetie, they are just excuses. Yes, today we are taking responsibility. They're just excuses because if you decided to change your life, you would. If you decided to follow that voice, you would. And all the powers of this universe are working with you as long as you decide to heed and take note of your instincts, your intuition. Psychologists usually say that as human beings, we have to experience so much pain before we can change. I hit that pain, that threshold. Whoo! Yeah, and I look back and I'm like, I don't even know how I survived that. Like, sometimes I can't believe I'm here. Like, I'm here and life is lifing, the trees are green and I'm still popping. Hallelujah. So since that experience, I don't care what it is, even if it's the hairstyle on my head, or what I want to have for food, or the video I'm going to post on my YouTube channel, or the men I'm going to entertain around my life. I don't give a shit. My intuition speaks fast. And Oprah says, when you don't know what to do, you do nothing. Be still. Be still. Because in that stillness, your intuition will speak to you and you will know. There's tons of literature, there's tons of practices that teach you to connect to your intuition. But the one thing that is the common denominator is stillness. Some refer to it as meditation, but you have to be quiet. From the inside out, you will hear that voice. And when you do, hear me and hear me well. Make sure you take heed. Make sure you respond to it. Because if you don't, God's gonna keep banging that door. Oh, sweetie, I will tell you, God's gonna keep banging that door until you open. And you'll open. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And I learned that the hardest way possible. And I learned so you don't have to. Hello? Am I speaking to someone here? We've been given intuition for a reason. Like, there is a whole spiritual realm that obviously we don't see with our physical eyes, but you have teachers, you have guides, you have energies and frequencies that you can connect to, align to, attune to, and they guide you. Then they give you guidance and you refuse. Hi, Shali, Shali, Tunadu, like, be for real. And everything else is just an excuse. Let's call a spade a spade. I found everybody else to blame. My cousin is to blame. My dad is to blame. The government is to blame. The weather is to blame. My money is to blame. This is to blame. No, 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 no. Take responsibility. Yeah? Take responsibility because it's you and you're on the driver's seat, not your father or the government or the weather or the bank or your school. It's you. I was sent to tell you, it's you. I love you. I really pray in my heart that you just set the intention to listen to your intuition. You'll not regret that. And the more you use it, it's like a muscle, it just grows. When you're approaching the wrong man for you, it goes. "Tit, tit, 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 tit." When your spending habits aren't as wise, it goes. "Tit, tit, 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 tit." When you're allowing toxic people in your energy to drain your spirit, it goes. "Tit, tit, 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 tit." And you learn to use it as your compass. And when you do, you may stumble, as Oprah says, but you'll never fall. I love you so much and thank you for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.